All right.
I'm just going to dance.
Okay. Jolly time. Hi.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Welcome to Monday, our first day of Baby Sprinkle, which is an event that is happening over in our events section of our Facebook page. If you have not been there yet, it is exciting. Things have been happening all day. And tonight we are talking to the lovely Shonte, who we love. We've spoken many times before. We always have great conversations. How are you?
Hi, everybody. I'm good.
Good. So your credentials change and improve. I don't even know if that's the right word every time we talk. So can you share with us exactly what your current title is, what your credentials are?
So, I am an IBCLC, which is an International Board Certified Lactation Consultant. In Booby Land, it's like the gold standard. But everyone does a great job. And then I'm also a birth doula. So I've attended births before and supported people, but I was like, let me go get the training and be legit. So if you ask me, I can say like, no, I know what I'm doing for real. So
right, because the last time we spoke, you were not certified as a birth doula, and that's very new for you.
Yes. So that's the new service I've added to YOLO.
That's great.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. So I know you said Booby Land. It's an uncomfortable topic, especially if it's your first child, to talk about that area. But it's so important. It's so important, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely important.
I think it's important to understand that you probably need a breastfeeding class too, because it might seem like it's something that's so natural, but really, like, I have 3 children. I had a really, really hard time with my first because he would not latch. I knew nothing about it, and I was just frustrated and crying, and you know, here I am, like, just giving birth. It was very frustrating. So if I had had your service, I would have really benefited. So can you share a little bit?
Yeah, like taking a class, like you want to, like, you already going into motherhood as a new mom. If you're a new mom, or even if this is like your 3rd or 4th time and you just deciding to breastfeed, being prepared could just make you feel totally more confident. And it can, like, at least you'll know what to look for. You'll know that breastfeeding shouldn't be painful. You'll know the signs of low milk supply, latching difficulties. You'll know all of that stuff. How to tell if the baby's getting enough, like the little things, storing breast milk, how to plan for returning to work. Like, I cover all of that, and I give you cheat sheets. Who doesn't want cheat sheets, right? So you can go back and you could be like, what was I supposed to do? How many diapers should we be getting by now? So just walk into it, just prepare. And not to say things won't still go wrong, but at least you'll know what to look for.
Right. No, absolutely. I love the cheat sheet too, because you're tired as a new mom. I mean, when do you sleep? It's very challenging. So that memory retention.
Yes.
I think for me, breastfeeding was the biggest misconception for the whole thing, from like getting pregnant to labor. And everything that you had just mentioned, those are all things that I'm not even kidding you. I was Googling at 2 a.m. in the middle of the night, frustrated. And I mean, I didn't even know what I was searching for at that point. And I knew that things weren't right, but I didn't know what was wrong either. And so, that your class, it sounds so amazing. I'm like, gosh, I wonder if I should take that, just because it sounds, I don't know. I'm a sponge of information. Like, I love to learn these things, but, it's just everything that, it's just such a wonderful resource that you have that available. That's great.
I think so too. And maybe we should talk about too, since we're bringing this up, how can women get in touch with you? Women who are watching this, who are interested and intrigued, how do they find you? Because people might be taking notes. Like, how do I find her?
I have moms who take notes in class. I'll be like, okay, I'm still gonna send you cheat sheets, but I get it though. Like, you might want your own. So, one of the best ways, I know the time that we live in. So a lot of people, I've had moms just straight text me and not even want to call at first, but just text and kind of fill me out. So if you want to text me or call me, my number is 810-213-0090. I'm not a 9-to-5er. You can text me and call after 5. You can call on the weekends. Breastfeeding problems aren't 9-to-5 issues, so feel free to call.
Never.
You can also never. That's usually when the problem happened after.
No, I'm not even kidding you. Like, you go to the pediatrician and they latch perfectly for the first time, and you're like, what? This isn't fair. Yeah. Yes.
They try to show out in front of company. So
yeah, they do.
But yeah, and you can go to the website too at YOLObreastfeeding.org, and you could just go to the contact us page, and then the drop down, you can tell me what you want, and then I'll know beforehand, and I know, and I get back to you usually within 24 hours. Most people go ahead and call and tell me how urgent it is, and I'll get to you more than likely same day.
Okay, and I'll include that also in the caption once our video ends. I'll put the links to those, your website and your contact page, so people are in dire situations, they can find you.
Yeah,
yes,
I think that's
find me. Don't wait till the last minute.
Don't wait till
I always say, don't like, if you know your nipple is like hanging by a thread, don't be like, I was gonna call you. Like, you should have called me a long time ago, but you can still call me when it's hanging by a thread, and I'll still help you.
Yeah.
But just know, I want it to be a beautiful journey for you if possible. Contact me sooner than later.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. And I think that kind of leads us into maybe talking about, especially if it's your first baby, what are some common some myths surrounding, breastfeeding and how it's supposed to go, those types of things.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna tell you, the first latch is usually the best. Like, moms will be like, he latched just fine as soon as he was born. Yes, you knew no better. Even if it was a bad latch, you wouldn't know. So
yeah, how would you know?
So you know no better. But knowing like breastfeeding shouldn't be painful. That's the number one thing. If you're hurting,
I did not know that. I did not know that. I was like, oh, I guess this is how it's supposed to go. And then mastitis later, I was like, maybe not.
And mastitis is so yeah. And then just knowing, like, don't feel like your colostrum isn't enough. Like, it's milk still. I hear this a lot. Like, people be like, all I have is these little drops of colostrum. What is that going to do for the baby? It's going to do a lot. It's full of antibodies. So don't think that it's not enough. So, yeah. And then your colostrum is going to transition over the next 3 to 5 days after delivery, and it transitions to the full milk. And so people be like, no, I need to wait those days and wait till it come in. No, because you're actually going to your body needs you to tell it to make more milk. If you aren't telling it to make more milk by removing milk from the breast, it'll start pulling back, and it'll delay everything else. So making sure you remove the milk often and expect those breast changes in 3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days.
3 to 5 days after delivery. Fenugreek, body armor.
Oh,
all of these things are not your best friends. Okay, I'm telling you this. Like, I know what I'm talking about. I've worked with people who have drunken like mother's milk tea all day. I'm not saying you can never do it, but I'm telling you, sometimes fenugreek can have the opposite effect on your milk supply.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Very. So if you downing cups of tea all day,
yeah.
So it can have the opposite effect. Body armor is not the cure-all to low milk supply.
Okay. No, that's good to know. I think we hear that like on advertisements or like women talking. And why not try it? Because that's what they said.
Everybody's, that's the new one that I hear quite often. You probably were just dehydrated. You probably just need a little water in your life. But all those B vitamins, they can have opposite effect on you personally. You don't need all those B vitamins in your life. And then, not to mention, if you had a NICU baby, you need to be very mindful of the things that you put in your body.
Okay.
So those are all things. Blue Gatorade. I don't know why it's the blue one.
Blue Gatorade?
Oh, really? Okay.
I like the blue. It's good.
Yes, like the blue, but it is not your magic unicorn to increase your milk.
I haven't heard that.
I haven't either, but
I probably would have believed that because I like the blue too.
yeah.
You would have been like, this is it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Like, I'm hydrating. What's wrong?
Dave, we need a Costco run.
You need a big old case. Like, nope, it's not going to do it for you. So my number one thing is, if you have low milk supply, reach out, because even if you take supplements that I would have suggested for you if you really had an issue, it's still good for us to rule out everything else. It could be latch, it could be a tongue tie, a lip tie. You might not be nursing enough. If you don't rule out all of that, as soon as you stop drinking your blue Gatorade, and then the problem comes back, then why set yourself up like that when you could just reach out and get help?
And I think that's amazing. And we actually spoke with, and those of you watching the event, you'll see this video later on in the week. We spoke to a pediatric dentist, and she was talking about the lip and the tongue tie and the importance of working with someone like yourself that, you know, has the expertise for breastfeeding advice and certification, because it ties into so many different things with the baby.
It does, because and we don't think about it, it doesn't just end with the revision. Like, when I have clients get those revised, I send you videos for sucking exercises. You might need to go see a chiropractor. Your baby might need craniosacral therapy. There's all types of other things that can go into that. We might still have to work on latching, because babies are smart people. They learn quickly, and they have this new thing going on with their tongue, all this new mobility, but they still might be like, I'm not used to that much breast in my mouth, and you have to teach them. So that's something to definitely.
Yeah.
I think it's important to remember that, I think with breastfeeding, and I did, so I assume other people do too, that you think that it's all on you. So that if it's not working out, it's me, there's something wrong with me. It's, I'm the one that's doing something wrong. And so it's important, I think, to educate people that there are so many different factors that go into it, that it could be baby too, but all that stuff can be resolved and modified, and there are solutions. And I think that that's amazing advice.
I think so too. And I love how you all work together. Like, the service that you provide, the service that the pediatric dentist provides, the pediatrician, the obstetrician, maybe the midwife, you're all working together to provide the best possible experience for this mother who has just had a baby. And I think we have so many wonderful resources in our area for that.
Yes, the midwives are unicorns. Okay, I love the midwives. Shout out to the midwives. Yes, but they are so awesome. And I've gone into a hospital room, and the midwives, we in there trying to figure out a hands-free pump together. All three of us are in there three of us plus mom. We got it. So there are so many people who are more than happy to support you on your journey and utilize the services. And there's so many free services for you out here also. Why not? Who doesn't love free?
No kidding, right?
Nobody.
Right.
Free? No. Yeah, that's great. Do we get to see Elmo, our favorite special guest?
Always ready. He stays ready. Elmo is so here. So I love Elmo's wide mouth. This is why I teach breastfeeding class with Elmo. Because like I try to tell moms, especially new moms, it's so hard because you're so gentle with your babies. And I'm like, no, we have to wake the baby up. Like day 2 babies are so lazy. They're these little people who just want to sleep and cuddle on mama. And here I am, like, no, you gotta get this baby up. And you'll see moms like, oh my gosh, no, you're not. Like, no.
What are you doing?
Not gonna break. I got 4 of them at home. They jump off of couches and stuff. He's not gonna break. So just making sure like you want the widest mouth possible. You want this baby to get as much areola in their mouths as possible. You don't want to hold the back of the head. You want to hold like ear to ear if you can, because you want them to lean back and open wide. You guys should meet at like an asymmetric angle. If you guys, you're going to want to help your poor sweet little newborn because they're going to cry and whimper and seem like they're having a hard time. And you're going to want to put it right in your mouth. And then in 3 to 4 days, you'll be talking about your nipples are sore. Be patient.
Right.
Look for early hunger cues and let that baby open wide and you guys meet and you get in there.
I think that's great.
So,
yeah.
So you mentioned early hunger cues, and I think those are important because it's easier to feed, a calm and not super hungry baby as opposed to a tired and over hungry baby. So what are some of those early cues that babies will give you that they're hungry?
This is when I say it's the best time to offer the breast to the baby. When that baby's laying in the crib or you holding that baby and that baby's like, offer that baby the breast. That's it right there. Like the baby's half woke, half asleep. The baby's
dreaming about eating.
Like you just gave it to me. So like I didn't even have to tell you and fuss. I appreciate you. So to me that's the best time. But when they're starting to like lick their lips, try to put the blanket in their mouths, mid-stage cues are kind of like them sucking on their hands, bobbing around on anybody to see if they have a breast. Like
oh my gosh.
You need to give that baby the breast. And then late stage hunger is like your hangry baby. Crying, and then they get real handsy at the breast. So moms tend to feel like, some moms feel like, oh, the baby doesn't want the breast. No, he's just hangry. So when you get you a hangry baby, I always say never try to let you a hangry baby. It's stressful for both of you. Just do skin to skin. Reset the baby. Let the baby calm down. Skin to skin is so magical, even like months after delivery. Like people only think skin to skin is like this thing right after birth and it's beautiful. No, you can do it way later.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's awesome. And yeah, I had hangry babies with my first, hangry baby with my first because I didn't know what I was doing and he wouldn't latch and he was so little when he was born. Like he was early and no. That was so stressful.
Yeah. And that's a good point you mentioned. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm gonna play a real quick video for everyone that's watching along. So just 1 second. All right. Does that music, you just kind of want to?
It does. It makes me jolly.
Yeah.
It's like it.
It's happy music.
It is happy music. So maybe since we're talking about this, we should talk about your giveaways as well that you are doing for Twinkle.
Yes. Okay. So I get asked this all the time. Which breast pump should I get? I'm not supposed to endorse any breast pumps. I'm a lactation sub. So, but what I can tell you is what other moms tell me. So right now the Spectra 2 is like the queen out here in these streets. And I, for the giveaway, am giving away a Spectra 2 breast pump.
Amazing.
Ooh, we are so excited.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
We are so excited. So somebody is going to get their very own Spectra 2. Yeah. And they're gorgeous. And they, I had always gone back and forth between the Spectra and the Medela. And I think looking back, I think that you're right. And you can't endorse one, but that's the one that you would use, right?
Let me tell you, it's quieter. Okay.
Really?
When I got the play
Is
with
it?
it. I was like, it's all quiet. I was like, because you know your Medela be like zoom 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 zoom.
That's exactly what it sounds like too.
Everybody knows you pumping. Like if you're on the phone with somebody, like if they are familiar, they know. Like, are you pumping? Like, yes. Like, you can't even do it.
No.
No.
I don't know what that is. It's like a bird. No, I have so many baby videos of the baby, and I'd have them kind of like, you know, slightly elevated, and I'm sitting there, and the back of every video is
That's all you hear.
Oh man. Every baby video is just
everyone. You're like, well, there I go again pumping, and oh, there I was again pumping. So, yes. It has really good reviews. Their customer service has really great, like their customer service is awesome. So even though I know Medela will always be readily available for the masses, the Spectra is like a really good competitor right now. And I will say the hands-free pumps are too.
So I have a quick question about pumping.
Yeah.
So if you know, and I mean, you may not know, but so you're going to deliver your baby with the intention of breastfeeding. Do you recommend moms also to get a pump? Do you think that that's something that they may need or may come in handy? What are kind of your recommendations as far as pumps go?
Being that they're free through your insurance, grab that pump. And I always say, put the other one on your registry. Like if you're thinking about a Medela and you're thinking about a Spectra, whichever one it'll be covered that you don't have to pay out of pocket for with the insurance, grab that one. Put the Spectra on your registry. Hopefully somebody will be nice and give it to you. But then that way you can see, or you can leave one at the office, keep one at home. I always suggest not pumping at least for the first 2 weeks if you can help it. Kind of let your body do its own thing, prevent oversupply, prevent mastitis. So the pump isn't the enemy. And like, and I know some women who would rather exclusively pump, and I'm all for it. It's not for me because it's work to me to pump all the time. But if you like it, I love it. And I will support you in your goals. So if that's what you want to do, I'm totally for it. And some women, like I said, the hands-free pump for a lot of women is like the newest thing. But I always say, still wait those first 2 weeks if you can help it.
Yeah. I love that advice. I think that's great.
But I will tell you, bring your pump to the hospital.
That was my next question. Okay.
Bring it to the hospital, because this is the thing. Like you could go and you could have, like, say baby has jaundice issues, blood sugar issues, or whatever. But say that you're able to express a great amount of colostrum, right? Some moms, hey, they express more than what's expected, right? So, and then say if they're suggesting supplementation, you could possibly supplement with your own milk instead of you using formula. And then like it could be a busy night. There's NICU babies who get priority, their moms get priority over the pumps in the hospital over you if your baby's at bedside. So having your pump with you is a great solution.
That's good to know. We had a couple of questions about pumps and insurance. Do you know, and I know there's so many different insurances, but in general, do you know if insurances are covering the Spectra? I know I had a choice of pumps. I think I had, 4 or 5 different pumps to choose from. Do you know kind of what on average you see with insurances?
Some of them are. You might have to pay like the difference of what they'll cover. But some of them you can get the Spectra. Some of them you can even get the hands-free ones. You just have to pay a little. You're going to pay some out of pocket. Most of them, the Medela is the one that's covered, mostly 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Awesome.
Most of the insurances too, you have to. Oh, go ahead. I was going to say most of them you have to wait till after you deliver. Some of them you can actually order them before baby comes, so that's cool too.
Oh, that's actually awesome. So you can be prepared for that. Yeah.
So so definitely check with your insurance plan.
And I think so for me, it was every 2 years, my insurance would provide a pump too. So with each of mine, I ended up getting a new pump because I did end up being an exclusive pumper. And so those things, those motors got ran down a little bit. But it's for sure, I encourage people to really research their insurance. And if you have questions, find someone you can contact, because there are a lot of resources that insurance isn't great about. They're not Mid-Michigan moms. They don't want to tell you what they'll give you or what's available. Or certainly what you're going to get for free. They don't like to do that. But so do your research, because you might be surprised, and some will even do tubing and some accessories and things. So it's important to look at that.
I was just thinking, like, if you're a new mom and you've never talked this much about your boobs and pumping and breastfeeding, it can be super intimidating. So don't watch this video and be super intimidated or think like, oh my gosh, what are they talking about? And Shonte has a Facebook page. Go over to the YOLO Facebook page, and she shares a ton of interesting information. She has a program called Trap Chat where she interviews people on her page as well. Or text her or call her. She's there to help you. And it's not that intimidating. Don't make it, like that. I probably did at that point in my life because I thought it was very daunting, but don't feel that way. Certainly, if that is you.
No, I am super chill. I will talk to you just like this. And I am honest with you. I am so honest. If I feel, and I tell this to moms, if I feel like your mental health is impacting you with breastfeeding, if I feel like you're not enjoying motherhood for you trying to reach this goal and it's just wearing on you, I will tell you, hey, maybe we need to step back. Maybe you don't put baby to the breast and don't latch right now. Maybe you pump for a few days and maybe we come back to trying to latch the baby. Or, hey, maybe the honest truth is you reflect and you decide if breastfeeding is really for you. I'm not up here, even though I'm a lactation consultant and I know the benefits of breastfeeding and what it can do for you. If you're not enjoying motherhood, you can't enjoy your baby. That's more important to me. And at the end of the day, your goal is my goal. If you want to do both, if you don't want to do anything, I'm going to support you either way and still help you with motherhood. So
I think I'll ask for forgiveness, but one of our writers wrote about not breastfeeding because it was affecting their mental health. And I think that's something that's so important to talk about, because we do hear, and breastfeeding is important, but it's not worth feeling like you can't do it or manage everything. Right. Or, there's so many things going on, especially if you have other children or you're going back to work or you don't have help. It's really hard, and it's absolutely not worth feeling negatively about your experience with your new baby. And I think that's really important. That's a good article. We'll have to dig that one up and share it this week. I can't remember who wrote it. Feel bad, but
I remember that article though.
Maybe I wrote it and I'm blocking it out. But I don't think so. I probably could.
Was it me?
Yeah, right. I don't know who it was. It could have been somebody else, not me. No, I think it's important. Yeah, for sure. If you're suffering, it's not worth it. Baby will be just fine.
I think too, saying that is a common theme that we keep seeing with our experts like yourself, that your passion for what you do really shines through because you want the best experience for the mom. And I love that.
Yeah. And I think we get so tied into focusing on the baby because there are these cute little people who just got here. You just want to love on them. But it's really important to really support mom. Empower mom. And we have to be so careful to not demonize formula because medically, if that baby needs it or if something's going on with mom and medically we have to give it to that baby, I want you to feel okay inside yourself that we had to do what we had to do.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, we had two other questions real quick. Yeah. So one was, and I think this is back to helping baby latch. And where do you hold baby's head?
Yeah. I always say right here, because when you hold right here, you're preventing them from leaning back and opening wide because you kind of holding them hostage right here. So holding them right here is the better option. And then
Okay.
like holding the baby like this, like we're used to cradling babies. So
Yeah.
I always tell people like they're looking up at the ceiling, your breast is over here. So it's kind of like they eating from the side. I like turning them inward. So tummy to tummy, where it's like, oh, my food is right here, instead of me trying to like go like that.
Okay, great. And then another question. Do you see much difference with scheduled C-sections versus like a spontaneous labor and how milk comes in? Yeah.
Yes. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, you do. Because 9 times out of 10, after that section, you're delayed. Because you go into the recovery room. It depends on the hospital too. I'll be honest and say it depends on the hospital, what goes on immediately afterwards. Because most of the time, by the time you either start pumping or you're in so much pain and you're on medication, depending if you had general anesthesia, usually breastfeeding is delayed at least 2 to 5 hours afterwards. So it's not that immediate skin to skin and nursing within the first hour. Everything's delayed. So that's the honest truth.
Is there anything that can be done or anything that you could prepare for to help with those situations?
In your birth plan, like if you know you having a section, or even because birth is always one of those things of the unknown. You never know how it's going to go. If you even just plan in your birth, even if you think you're having a vaginal, like after my cesarean, can my partner like help support me and latch baby, like, or can lactation come? And like people will sacrifice for you. Like if that's what you want, people can try to make those things happen. So that's something you could do. Or maybe if you start pumping, and I know it's a lot to ask, that's abdominal surgery. It's major surgery. So just trying to be proactive of what you think your wants will be after the surgery.
I think that birth plans are one of those things that have also kind of been demonized lately. And so I think it's important to really feel comfortable speaking up and having those discussions with your care team, because they don't know unless you say something. And so I think that that's great advice to just say it. Hey, is it possible to do? I had a scheduled C-section, and there were a couple of things that I asked for, and I'm not, I'm a kind of assertive person. And so I said, hey, can I do, this? Can we do this? Can we do this? And really, I mean, everything was a yes. As long as everything is going smoothly and everybody's safe and healthy, there's a lot that can kind of be accommodated for during a C-section.
So definitely too, like with your birth plan. So this is the doula side of me. Mm-hmm. You could have this birth plan. I want you to also be open to, you might throw it all out the window. and that's
okay too. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Oh, sorry, Courtney.
No, that was just a good point.
You had mentioned the doula side of you. So can you just kind of give us kind of a rundown of everything? So what do you do with YOLO lactation services and doula services? What do you provide? In what kinds of environments can you provide those types of services?
So with the doula side, of course, because it's kind of like your one-stop shop. So if you decide and you interview me and you like, hey, I want you to be our doula, I'm totally with it. I always suggest having like your support person or your partner with you. Even if you're not using me, whenever you shop for a doula, you want that person to feel comfortable with your doula in the room also. I had a dad tell me, he was like, I'm fine with her choosing you. He was like, as long as you know I'm Michael Jackson and you T.O. And I was like, he wanted to be really a part of the birth. And so I'm like, I'll support. The thing is to support both of you. So we usually do like 2 prenatal visits. We could talk about like coping measures. What would you like me to do with you? Blah, all that good stuff like that. I always suggest, of course, taking breastfeeding class. Then also, if you wanted to do childbirthing class, we could do that also. I always suggest the Metro Detroit Hypnobirthers if that's something you feel like you're into. For placenta encapsulation, because I'm not doing placentas and I plan on not doing them either. But
come on.
I know people are like, you're not gonna do it. That's one thing you can't get me into right now. I don't mind the placenta, but that's not for me. So, but I always usually refer to Katie Jolly for that. And then your birth is, I'm locked in for you those 2 weeks. Like I try to give it like a whole 2-week window. I'm on call.
Okay.
You go in the early stages of labor. We can talk about it when you want me to show up. I did a home birth during the pandemic. I was shocked at myself that I did the home birth, but wow. I loved it. The family was super sweet. I enjoyed it. And besides that, being my hospital births, I come in suited and booted. I got goggles on. I got my mask on.
And so during COVID, so doulas can be a part of that with COVID and everything?
Yes, as of right now, it's still a go. Like I always say though, check with your hospital because COVID is hot out here right now, that it can be ever changing. But right now, especially if you're on a Hurley, it's still a go. Like your doula will have to provide certification. But you're good to go. And then I do postpartum. I'm still gonna check on you after you have the baby. I'm a follow-up queen. I'm gonna check on you. I'm gonna make sure. And the cool part about it is you already rolled into lactation. So when that baby come out, I'll put on my lactation hat.
Yes.
So, yeah, we go from birth coping mechanisms to booby mechanisms. So like,
I'm not even joking you. And my husband, he's probably like cringing. I don't know where he's at right now. He's with the kids. But every time I talk to you, every year I talk to you, I'm like, I feel like I'd be better with another baby. I could do it this time. I'm ready.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it.
I should just do it again. It's so easy. He's yelling from the bedroom. He's like, no, I can't.
I do not share that sentiment. I'm good with my children. But if I were to have another child, which I will not be, I would definitely avail myself of your services because I feel like I agree. It sounds like, oh my gosh, this would have been a lot easier if I had known this resource was available.
And
you're just so empowering too.
I take pictures for you too. I'd be like, you want me to take pictures? What type of pictures you want me to take? You want me to take them from the
doula, photographer.
I put that leg back in that stirrup and I get all the pictures for you, okay?
Candid.
But no placentas.
No, I'll take a picture of your placenta.
You gotta know your limits.
Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, I can't see me doing it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's okay. You're doing enough.
I'm just teasing you.
Yeah.
But like, I'll give you everything else. I can't do the placentas.
All right.
I have to say, if you are in Genesee County, my breastfeeding services are free for you right now. Like Flint, Genesee County, you can be in Davison, Fenton, Flint, Grand Blanc, Fenton. My lactation services are free. Do you hear me? Free class.
Amazing.
Consult. So most of the classes are on Zoom. I will try to do a virtual consult with you first for lactation. If it's not working and I know you need me to be hands-on, I will mask up. I will come to you. I will COVID screen. I will ask you to limit visitors and ask you to mask up too. So if you are interested in what the protocol is, that is the protocol.
That's awesome because sometimes maybe Zoom doesn't work for that because you really need to get in there and help.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay, I have 2 other quick questions for you. I know you mentioned it. Who was the person you recommended for the placental encapsulation?
Her name is C-A-T-Y, and then her last name is, let me make sure I spell Jolly right.
I think it's Jolley, isn't it?
No, it's Jollly. Yep.
Jolley.
And okay.
Yes, and her business is called Mother Heart Birth Services.
Motherhood Birth Services.
Yeah. Mother Heart.
Yeah. Mother Heart.
All
We've
right.
worked with her. We worked with her a few years ago.
Yeah,
She was at
she's
one of
so
our
sweet.
Blue.
Well, I know a couple of our team members have used her and have had wonderful things to say, and it's something that they
Yeah.
had a good experience with.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, you
last question, and then we will wrap it up. Okay, so can you have a doula if you're considered high risk, or if your situation has kind of changed throughout your pregnancy? Is there still a place for a doula?
Yeah. Yeah, it's always a place for a doula. I don't care if you get an epidural,
Great.
you want to go non-medicated, a C-section, high risk. I definitely suggest that you have you a doula. And because you want somebody to, like, in the moment, if you want to explore your options and be like, is this like, what's up with this? Do you want more information? And it's not like your doula has to talk for you. If anything, your doula is just empowering you to use your voice. Like if we talking in the room after they leave out and you feel a certain type of way, I'm like, say what you got to say. Like I'm your cheerleader. I want you to feel empowered.
Yeah.
So definitely, even with a high risk birth, it's gonna be all these different options and things that you have going on. Definitely have you doula. Definitely.
That's great.
Love
All right. No, I always picture you. You're like the little good angel. You know, you're very calm, informed, just like sweet little whispers. And
look, I've had
right.
some emergency situations, and when I tell you, I was shocked at myself. I was like, afterwards, I was like, girl, I'm shocked at you. Like, you have to take a deep breath yourself. Like, whoo, I can't believe you just did that.
Oh, that's funny.
That's awesome. No, I'm so excited for you and all your accomplishments and exciting stuff going on with you guys. So thanks for joining us at Baby Sprinkle and for your Spectra pump giveaway. We're really excited.
And the box. I forgot.
And the subscription box.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh.
I almost forgot. Yes. The box too. The box is full of goodies. Full of goodies. So you can try them out and you can be like, do I like this? Do I not like this? And I put stuff in there for mama too. So it's not, I just don't have stuff for your boobies. I do something for you too.
So we also have, and we'll do details later on this week. So you have a subscription box. And so one of our giveaways will be the subscription box with lots of different helpful things for lactating and breastfeeding moms and just really exciting. And I like it because it's things that you might not be aware of that exist but are really helpful.
Agreed.
So we're super excited for that. So stay tuned for details later this week about those also.
Awesome. Yeah. Shonte, we love talking to you. It's always such a
good time.
Yeah.
And we love Elmo.
Courtney told me that Elmo needs a t-shirt. So we might have to.
Yeah. You send me a t-shirt. I will so put it on Elmo.
What size do you think he is? Like a 3 to 6 month?
I was wondering too.
He might be 6 to 9. He kind of long. He kind of got a belly. He is. He might be 6 to 9.
Okay, I'm gonna work on something.
Yeah,
we're on it. I'm so here for it.
All right.
Well, thank you for having me, ladies.
It's a pleasure. We hope you have a good night. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to leave comments and we'll take a peek at them and get them answered. Definitely. All right.
Definitely.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good one.
Good night.
Bye.